Conservative New Media viewers, JLin fans around the world, what's up? It's me, PFV Paul F. Villarreal, the NBA expert. We're here to talk about last night's Golden State Warriors versus Brooklyn Nets game, in which the Nets lost 112-95. Golden State now qualifies for the playoffs with the win. The Nets have unfortunately lost 16 games in a row, and they've lost 27 of their last 28 games. Golden State improves to 49-9 on the season. Brooklyn falls to 9-49 on the year, including 2-25 away from Barclays Center. What happened in this game was that the Nets really hung tough throughout this game, much better than what they were expected to do. They were the underdog coming into this game by 20 points, which is an incredible spread for an NBA game. The Nets played really good defense in this game. They really got into Golden State when Golden State was on offense and disrupted them. And that gave the Nets kind of a chance to hang around. And then they used the formula of let the bench bring back, kind of cut the deficit. So if the starters get down a bit, bench will kind of bring the team back, and then they're going to have an opportunity to win. And with 3 minutes and 30 seconds left in this game, the score was 99-91. So the Nets were only down 8 points with 3.5 minutes remaining in this game. And they had a real chance to, make this a game until the very end. And you're talking about playing the best team in the league in their own building. You're coming on a back-to-back where you played last night, and you didn't play that well last night. And honestly, you got to give the Nets a lot of credit. I thought they played hard, and I thought they played well. Their offense wasn't that great, but they were probably somewhat tired. But they competed very hard, and what I said in the video yesterday was the Nets didn't seem particularly focused in the Denver game, but they looked a lot more focused in this game. And as I said, when you're coming back off of the All-Star break, that sometimes happens in that first game back. You're just not quite finished with vacation yet. And in this contest, Brooklyn looked much more focused. They also had 25 assists in this game, and they had 29 assists yesterday. Those are very good totals, and it shows that the team is sharing the ball, moving the ball around, getting different guys involved. Brooklyn had, let me see here, I think they had something like 8 players with 8 or more points in the game. Let me see. So, yeah, I believe that is correct. So the even scoring distribution, and this is the way that Brooklyn wants to play. The thing that I like best about this game, in addition to the defense, I really liked whenever JLin and Spencer Dinwiddie were on the court at the same time. I think that's how Brooklyn wants to be able to run their offense, with two good ball handlers and playmakers. Spencer Dinwiddie, 5 assists, no turnovers. Jeremy had 2 assists, 1 turnover, but you could see that having those two guys on the court at the same time threatens the defense. There's just so much more offensive potential when you have two solid point guards basically playing. And I got to say, I'm extremely impressed with Spencer Dinwiddie. I mean, remember, they signed him up, I think, off the D-League or whatever, and really didn't expect much of anything. He has been playing pretty darn well in recent times, and they really may have found something in him, much the same way that they found something with Sean Kilpatrick and in that regard. So that was the thing I like best. Dinwiddie and Lin, that lineup can do very good things on offense. Now, let's just talk about Jeremy specifically. 9 points, 0 rebounds, 2 assists. Jeremy played 15 minutes, shot 4 of 9 from the field, including 1 of 3 from three-point range. No free throw attempts, 1 steal, 0 blocked shots, 1 turnover, 2 personal fouls, plus minus was a minus 23. And for the second straight evening, Jeremy played 15 minutes. Now, I would think that the plan was to play Jeremy 20 minutes, much as I thought that was the plan last night, which is play him 5 minutes in each quarter. And that's what they did for the first 3 quarters yesterday or in the last game. And that's also what they did last night, but they, excuse me, did not bring Jeremy back at the end of the game, even when the game got down to the 8 points. I thought they might bring him back, but I think Coach stayed with Dinwiddie and then went with, I can't remember, he brought somebody else in for Spencer near the end of the game because Spencer seemed tired. I don't know the thinking here. I watched Coach Atkinson's post-game comments. Nobody asked him about Jeremy that I saw, so I don't know if this was the plan. They just don't want to play him in the fourth quarter right now. They want to keep him to 15 minutes. I'm really not sure. But I am sure that we'll be seeing more of Jeremy soon. And then maybe when they brought him back last time, they started out with 20 minutes segments. Maybe they just wanted to lower it down to 15 minutes just to kind of just keep the stress on the leg minimized, particularly in this situation when you're playing on a back-to-back. But look, the way I feel about it is if Jeremy doesn't get hurt for this first amount of time, then I'm good. He doesn't have to play perfectly. He doesn't need to be a megastar. He doesn't have to play a ton of minutes. Just bring him back so that he can get beyond the injuries, particularly this hamstring concern that he's had several times this season. All that being said, I thought Jeremy played relatively well. I thought he was a little bit off tonight, but that's probably just not having his legs there. I mean, he's not used to playing at all in a game action, and he's not used to playing on a back-to-back. So you don't expect him to be perfect, but he still shot the ball well. 4 of 9 is very solid. 2 assists. He only had 1 turnover. I said I think there were some moments that could have been a little bit better, a little tighter, but he's just returning. I mean, you have to kind of get your rhythm back. You have to kind of get your feel back. And, I mean, Jeremy's only played like 13 games this season, and we're in game number 58. So it's just going to take some time. But the best thing you can say about Jeremy was he doesn't look so much like somebody that's missed a lot of time. Like, he doesn't look like, wow, this guy hasn't played in forever. He doesn't look like that. He might not be completely sharp, but he certainly isn't lost or a big detriment out there. He's definitely making plays, and he had a number of unconverted assist opportunities in this game where he passed the ball to somebody and they weren't able to hit a shot. So he could have had many more assists in this game. And he just brings an electricity and a punch to the offense. And as I said, he and Dinwiddie together, it's really there. You can just feel the kind of the potential of the offense and the ball movement and the scoring ability and the playmaking ability. So I'm sure that Coach Atkinson and the rest of the coaches saw that as well. And so we might be looking to see more of that lineup in the future. And so, look, it was a good game. It was a good game for the Nets. They played well. They held Golden State down below their points per game average, which I think is like 116, 117. They held them to 42% shooting. Jeremy played. He didn't get hurt. He played pretty well. Okay, sure, it's better if you win, but this was a good outing, I think, for him and the team. So that's everything I have to say about last night's game. Let's talk about the next game coming up. It will be the third game on this continuing road trip for the Nets, and it will take place on Wednesday, March 1st in Sacramento against the Kings. So the team gets 3 days of rest now. Sunday, Monday, Tuesday, they get to rest, and I'm sure they'll be practicing. That will help Jeremy get some rest. That'll help him get some more practice time, kind of get his conditioning up a little bit, take a break. Don't overstress the leg when you're coming back. The game will take place at 10:30 p.m. Eastern Time here in the United States. Sacramento is not a very good team. They just traded away DeMarcus Cousins. They weren't great with DeMarcus Cousins, and they're even lesser without him. So this is certainly a game which the Nets should be able to compete in and potentially win. And we'll definitely be looking at that. And hopefully Jeremy we'll see. We'll see if they play him 15 minutes. We'll see if they play him 20 minutes or how they're going to approach things overall. So that's about it. We did not see KJ McDaniels play 2 minutes in this game when the game, I think, was over at the end. Andrew Nicholson didn't play at all. So my guess is coach wants to get those guys some practice time, kind of let them learn the system a little bit, kind of just feel their way around what's happening. As we've seen in many other games, well, actually, coach played 10 tonight. He'll play 11, but he only played 10 in this game. McDaniels was the 11th, but he only came in at the very end. So maybe Coach Atkinson's experiment a little bit in cutting the rotation down one man as compared with not. But actually, no, I take that back. What happened in this game was they probably did not want to play Karis LeVert on back-to-back games because that's just kind of the precautionary thing. So if LeVert was active, my guess is he would have been the 11th man, but probably just because he's had the number of injuries that he has suffered, they probably just decided to sit him out for this game. I don't know that, but that would be my guess, and he would have been the 11th man. So that's about it. Looking forward to Wednesday's game. It's just good to see Jeremy around, and the team is improving. The team played, they really put out a hard effort in this game. And I watched the Warriors feed, and the Warriors announcers were very impressed with the effort that Brooklyn had. And they noticed what we've talked about before, which is the strategy of the Nets is to wear you down and is to kind of beat you with their bench. You get weaker with your bench, and their bench may be the same strength or around the same as their starters, so they can kind of reel you in then and just wear you down with their depth. So, yeah, that's pretty much it. I'm excited. I'm eager to see how the team looks coming up on Wednesday. Okay, that's it. Hope you're having a great night or great day wherever you are around the world when you watch this video. Take care. We will talk to you again in a couple of days. Wednesday, March 1st, 10:30 p.m. Eastern Time in the United States. The Brooklyn Nets travel to a little bit further north. I'm wondering where they're going to stay. I can imagine they would stay, well, maybe they'll stay in the Bay Area. Maybe they'll stay in Sacramento. I don't know. They've got a couple days to kick around. They'll probably stay in San Francisco or something, but I don't know. But it won't be a very hard trip from San Francisco to Sacramento. That's not a very far distance. So Brooklyn Nets at Sacramento Kings, Wednesday, March 1st. See you then.